about kindergarten. I'm going to give you the first 4 weeks update. I'm going to kind of do 4-week chunks to kind of symbolize months. They're not going to match up with the calendar months per se, but that's how it's going to roll. So I'm going to give you the first month update of our kindergarten year. We just started week 5 yesterday, and I thought I would divide it up in kindergarten and 4th grade because I'm trying to keep my videos to right around 10 minutes for you all, and you all seem to appreciate that. I'm going to talk about phonics and how that's working, math. I'm going to talk about circle time and calendar time, and then just going to wrap it up at the end with some general schedule things, how that's working, and what tweaks and changes we may be making. So let's start off first with phonics. Phonics is kind of the heart of kindergarten, and I brought up my daughter's bin. If you haven't seen this video, I will tag it down below. But I have just these really sturdy banker box bins in a kitchen cupboard downstairs, and I have one just for kindergarten things, and I will pull out things as I'm going here and show you what we're using in case you haven't seen that video. I'll link that video down below too that shows you all our kindergarten curriculum, but I will just show you as we go so you can kind of refresh your mind if you happened to watch it but don't recall what we're using. So an update on phonics. We are using First Start Reading from Memoria Press. It's a self-published course that Memoria Press has created on their own. The founder, Cheryl Lowe, I believe is how you say her name, she wrote this course, and it has 4 student books that go along with it in the kindergarten year, and then there's a separate teacher's manual that goes along with a 5th student book for kind of a wrap-up in the 1st grade year. So we are in the first book, obviously, still. We are in lesson 13. We will be starting lesson 13. We don't actually do a lesson per day in this book. There's a separate book here that we're also using, which I'm not quite as fond of as I am the First Start Reading book, but it's okay. It's kind of your basic phonics book. This is, I'm just going to cover up my daughter's name here. This is what we did today, and she had to color the pictures that started with F, and or started with the F sound, and then she had to write the F at the end if the F sound was heard at the end of the word. So it's okay. This reminds me more of like seat work, busy work, but it's okay. It's not scheduled every day. This, however, is going swimmingly, you guys. This takes us, the phonics time in total takes us about 10 to 15 minutes per day. Really fast and yet effective. My daughter is blending well. She's got extreme confidence and delight at the success that she's having and how she's making words. But she's not overwhelmed. It's not too long of a lesson with lots of repeat practice, just the right amount of practice. It does include handwriting, so I'm going to show you. This is the lesson that we did yesterday. Okay, we didn't do a lesson today out of this book. We did the other book. But this is a picture of the student book here. So she will read the darker printed words there, and then she will trace over the dotted words, so she's got some handwriting practice. And then on this page, it gave me instructions to have her write some of the letter sounds that she's already learned. So I said, what sound do you hear at the beginning of fan? Okay, write the uppercase and lowercase letter that makes that F sound. And so she just used that page to do some review and practice of the sounds that she heard. And so I would give this, upon 4 weeks of using it, again, we're at lesson 13 in the book, which is on page 28. So we've done 27 pages so far. I give this a very strong A+. This has been delightful. They schedule some hands-on activities. We've done things like looking in magazines and cutting out pictures. We've done movement and making sounds and all sorts of fun things, but it's just self-contained, you guys. It's not a ton of pieces. It's just really simple and approachable, and I highly recommend that you check it out if you are struggling to find a phonics program. So in case you haven't guessed, we are not changing anything with phonics. We are continuing along. We're actually a couple days ahead of schedule in our phonics, so we don't need to change anything. If anything, we could slow down a little bit if she wants, but she wants to motor through, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So for kindergarten math, we are using an out-of-print version of Singapore Math. This is actually Early Bird Kindergarten Mathematics 2A, and then I have 2B as well. They are very thin books. They have, this has 80 pages in it. We are on page 44. So we've done half the book in 4 weeks. Okay, that is what I knew that would happen. Okay, I was prepared for that. So that is why I also purchased the Masterbooks math course that I did. And when we get to it, I will do another update video and let you know how that is going as well. But I knew we would get through this, you guys. This is broken up into lessons that are 2 to 4 pages each. And she typically wants to do a whole lesson in one sitting. And the way that Heart of Dakota scheduled this, when they scheduled it for their kindergarten math, they scheduled 1 page per day. So that would be like a half or a fourth of the lesson. And my little miss just isn't having that. She wants to do the whole thing. So, and it's not rushing her through. She's able to do it, no problem at all. This, I would say, what we've done up to this point, I would say is borderline preschool kindergarten math. Now, that's okay because we're at the start of the year, right? And at the start of the year, you typically have a slower start in most programs. You typically have review things. So I'm in no way criticizing it at all. I'm just saying that we really haven't reached any new concepts to her. So I think that's why we're motoring through faster. I know we're going to finish this before the end of kindergarten. So that's why I have the Masterbooks course. I don't necessarily know that we're going to keep up this particular pace throughout the entirety of this book and the next one, but we shall see. I will, of course, keep you updated on that. This is going great. Again, this is another A+. I can see why Heart of Dakota fans were sad to see this go. This is a very approachable, very delightful mathematics program. And if you can get your hand on the essentials, that's still in print. I would say that this is very comparable, although some die-hard Heart of Dakota fans will say that this is much better, but it is the same concept and it is the same format. So no changes with kindergarten math. All right, and the last area I will update you on in kindergarten is circle time, calendar time, and all that kind of extra stuff. The circle time is going well if I could find the books. The library situation right now is really kind of hit or miss, and I have not been able to get a single read aloud here in time for us to read it. They're all arriving like a week or so after. Some just aren't ever coming. They're canceling my hold request. So I am using this book here, the Book of Crafts from Memoria Press, as kind of a base. It lists all of the read alouds in it and gives 1 craft per read aloud for us to do. And so I'm using that as kind of my circle time base that I start from, and then we kind of add other things like the pledge and rhymes and songs. So my daughter's loving circle time. It's her favorite time of the day, and I really underestimated how much she would enjoy that, and how just looking forward to that just really keeps her motoring with all the other stuff in the day. Even when I ask her to go play on her own so I can work with her brother, just that motivation of circle time with mom. She says, it's my time alone with you. And I really underestimated how important that would be to giving us success in the earlier part of our day. So circle time by far is definitely a keeper. We're not changing anything there. It's kind of the same song, different verse as I march through this, just noting no changes. Things are really just going well. Hopefully it's not beginner's luck. Hopefully it's not just because it's the start of the year. Hopefully it will continue to work well, but no changes really to our circle time, except I am requesting books all the way through Thanksgiving now and hoping that some of them get here in time for us to use and actually read aloud. She's really loving the Memoria Press recitation. Again, we're calling it Fast Facts, like I did with my son. I will leave a link below to a video I did about how we do recitation in our home, but she's loving that, so we're definitely keeping that. Really no changes to circle time. As far as calendar time goes, my daughter is really embracing it as some independent time for herself. She's going over to our refrigerator, putting the sticker on the 100-day chart, changing the date, changing the weather. She calls me over for calendar time when she's ready and she's changed everything, and she'll say, "Mom, it is Tuesday, September 15th, and she's doing her Vanna on the refrigerator, pointing it all out, and she's like, "And it is chilly on a morning in the summer," and she's just really taking over, changing up all of that information herself. I don't even do it with her. I usually get my son started on his independent work while she's over there getting the calendar center all changed, and then she just presents it to me, which she thinks is just grand and glorious and super fun. So that is going well, and I think that's about it as far as updates for kindergarten go. And feel free to leave me questions or comments about anything we're using or scheduling or lessons or anything like that. Feel free to leave those down below. Make sure you're subscribed, because I am going to start publishing my day in the life, do a lesson with us kind of videos. Those will be coming up shortly. So please make sure you're subscribed and tuned in for that. And with that, I will leave you, and I will catch you in the next video.